We got to play this. The attacks on the Trump administration continue unabated. Okay? So last night, John Kelly, a general, a decorated 4-star general who, frankly, there's no one in the media who can even lick his boots as far as I'm concerned. All right? He should be off limits. Stop making him political. They're trying to politicize him. And all he is a military genius and a historical genius. Okay? And so here he is. He's on Fox News talking. But this is from CNN. And I want you to look at this. You tell me how wrong this is. Okay? This is CNN. I guess they had it covered by the international person. Look at how messed up this is.
Well, these indictments are getting a lot of attention in Washington. A comment from White House Chief of Staff John Kelly is also raising some eyebrows. He did an interview where he discussed the U.S. Civil War and taking down statues of Confederate figures. Kelly praised Confederate General Robert E. Lee, and he said compromise could have prevented the war, which was fought over slavery. Take a listen.
Hold on now, pause it. Wait a second. They got a British lady talking about the Civil War, which they lost to us, and she's getting on him for being proud of America. Let's listen to what the general has to say.
I would tell you that Robert E. Lee was an honorable man. He was a man that gave up his country to fight for his state, which in 150 years ago was more important than country. It was always loyalty to state first back in those days. Now it's different today. But the lack of an ability to compromise led to the Civil War. And men and women of good faith on both sides made their stand where their conscience had them make their stand.
Well, former First Daughter Chelsea Clinton responded saying this:
Whoa.
There is no compromise regarding slavery ever, and the Constitution's original 3/5 compromise was an abomination.
Okay, so we have a British lady who lost. She didn't personally, of course, but her types of people lost the Civil War, and then they go right to the Clintons to bring in like what? What did Chelsea Clinton do?
Chelsea Clinton hasn't done anything, but also
But she will take her opportunity to knock people who had just a fair and decent disagreement about slavery and economics.
This is the problem, though. It's the political correctness, because as soon as if you can't have an argument about things, then we can never have an open exchange of ideas and know whether something was it might have been like summer camps for Africans and whatnot. And then they get to be Ben Carson.
New Dork, what is worse, being dead or being alive and having to work for not much money?
Second.
Dude, just answer the question.
Being dead is worse than having to work for just not that much money or no money.
Something is better
than
nothing.
Let's put it this way, if the slaves would rather be dead, they could just commit suicide. But they didn't, so they had a choice.
There were literally millions that didn't commit suicide. And by the way, if they didn't come over, I don't think you get to be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan and Kobe and Cam Newton, they're sitting there like, thanks for immigrating over here, great-great-grandparents and
what about
whatnot.
all those good musicians that they had? That Chubby Checker guy died, right?
Yeah, the fat guy.
I mean, when was the last time?
And then there was the blind guy.
When was
they
the
wouldn't
last
have big
time
record
you
contracts.
listened to music like an African music star? Never.
The last time, never.
Right. It's all African American music stars.
They should call it
Or
American
movie
Africans.
stars. How many African movie stars do you see?
Yeah, Denzel Washington would have been starring in action movies if he was running up a tree.
His name wouldn't even be Washington. He only got to be Washington probably because of a white guy.
Yeah, his name would be like starring and running up the tree.
It's just unbelievable.
Sure.
But yet they'll trot out some British lady with Chelsea Clinton to criticize for the war that we fought against the British.
I agree, but what about liberty of death and whatnot?
Oh, Jesus
Jesus
Shut
Christ.
up, Doc.
What the hell
All right.
happened to you when you were at that Mercer family retreat? You got traumatized.